This is Eden with Helixx VR. Today I'll be reviewing Infinity Fall for the HTC Vive. The developer says official Oculus support may come in the future if the game sells over 1,000 copies. Infinity Fall is an action game with some FPS gameplay. You have to maneuver yourself around the levels, completing a variety of tasks, collecting keycards to unlock new areas, and weapons to help yourself survive. There are time trials where speed is of the essence, combat trials where you have to clear a number of enemies, and stealth trials where the best way to proceed is to watch the enemies carefully and sneak around their patrols. You are being put through these trials by a rogue AI which you've created in the past. It has turned on you and is using these trials as a form of revenge. The aspect which makes this game stand out is that it's set in zero gravity, which not many VR games do. The movement system, in short, is basically grabbing onto a surface and throwing yourself. There's no way to control your movement if you're not near a surface, which can be tedious if you're free floating slowly, and if you get caught by an enemy like this, you can die quite easily. I feel like it could probably benefit from a limited thruster on the arms as in Star Shelter to give yourself just that bit more control. That said, it works really well in some of the time trials, adding a sense of urgency and frustration if you just miss the surface and go floating off in the wrong way. I personally found the time trial and stealth trials enjoyable, but didn't really feel the same way about the combat trials. This was mostly due to how easy it is to get caught by enemies while unable to control your movements. The movement was also an issue with the stealth trials at times if you float off into an enemy's view, but it feels fair as it's possible to take things slowly there. Graphically, the game is not brilliant. Graphical performance is fine, but the graphics look like they're from a much older game than they are. The sound is actually really good for background music. It adds a lot to the game, setting us home when trying to speed through an area or fight enemies. I think a lot could be added to the atmosphere if a suitable voice was found for the AI. At the moment they communicate with you solely through text. The game does have some issues. I've already mentioned the movement system. As a related note, the controls for grabbing feel quite odd since you press the trackpad. That's the same whether you're grabbing the wall to move yourself or grabbing an item. There's no options to change the control bindings or anything else. The game does start to feel repetitive after a while too. Finally, and this will probably be a big one for some people and not too bad for others, you can sink what would be your body into the floor, and this happens fairly often as you float into it. I feel like this game is certainly a nice idea. There's definitely fun to be had with it, and it's certainly one to appreciate for its uniqueness and the use of VR to do something different. That said, there are quite a few improvements which could be made, and I'd personally not pay the asking price for it. If you catch it on a half-price sale and you think it looks interesting, it's worth checking out. Once again, this was Eden from Helixx VR. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like and subscribe.